get in here's the pod.
Ethan, you're looking good.
You're looking good, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you got the T. Kelsey look going on, you know?
You
got the thick, short, slow, untalented Travis Kelsey going on, dude.
I don't know how my hair can be thick, short, and slow, but I'll take it.
No, we just decided to jump in here. I did get a haircut recently. Actually, I think I had it on the one.
You got rid of the Ellen?
Yeah, the Ellen's gone. Yeah, I'm no longer.
Congrats, man.
That. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. I'm making strides in my life, dude. No, we just jumped into something real quick, kind of an abrupt. This is how podcasting goes for those of you that don't know. What you do is you work for a couple days working on just kind of a plan of what you want to talk about, thinking about it, and then all of a sudden you jump into it, and at the last minute, everybody goes,
"Oh, we should talk about this.
Let's just do this. Let's just do this."
Yeah.
And then that's what you end up doing.
Yeah.
So we are going to jump real quick, which we have so much to get to.
It's going to be like 2 minutes.
2 minutes. All right. What?
We just had a big thing happen in the presidential race,
right?
Which
Political landscape.
We're going to be talking about that throughout the year because, I mean, it's 2024, it's a presidential election year.
For sure, yeah.
And Ron DeSantis, who, like, honestly, pretty good candidate, he just dropped out.
Yeah.
And so, he was the second highest vote getter in Iowa, in the Iowa straw poll.
Caucus.
Caucus. Like,
Caucus.
It's not a straw poll anymore. It's a caucus.
Yeah, yeah. But also, as of 18 months ago, I would guarantee you that the difference between these candidates was much more slim in favor of DeSantis. 18 months ago, he was it. He was gonna be it.
Yeah.
And then, and truthfully, I think, like, him dropping out, I think he had
this is a huge factor in the presidential race. So
it's massive.
Go ahead.
But I think he had a wipe the sweat off your brow moment when he lost, because it became pretty evident to me about a year and a half ago. It might have even been a year ago, but that he did not have interest in being the president.
Right.
Because there are just certain things that you do and don't do as far as like timing wise, whenever you announce that you're going to run for something.
So is he a plant?
He looks like a human to me, but
was he a hosta?
He's a little tree.
No, I think he's a little ropey.
Yeah. All right, there you go with your freaking deep
landscape
knowledge.
terms.
For sure, making us look like morons. I know what a hosta is. But I know what a Laropy is also.
Monkey grass, baby.
Grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there we go. But I think that, I don't think
I've been doing a lot of estimates here lately.
Yeah,
so.
I
sorry.
can tell that's what's on the brain.
Yeah.
Y'all get ready to hear about plants.
Yeah.
But I don't think he truly wanted to be in there. And if you look at the
how y'all like Norwegian cypresses?
Sounds expensive.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, it is. But it's going to die soon in this region
as we speak. Yeah. I don't think he had any interest in truly having that job.
Okay.
I think he wants the job. I don't think he wants to run against Trump.
Well, okay, so that's actually kind of what I was getting at, because they were going in Iowa.
Right.
He was the second highest vote getter.
Yeah.
And beat Nikki Haley by 2 to 3 points, right? And then as he was polling in New Hampshire, he was going to lose to Nikki Haley.
Right.
And everybody was saying that Nikki Haley had a chance to beat Trump in New Hampshire. After Ron DeSantis dropped out of the race in New Hampshire, Trump is now projected to beat Nikki Haley by a wide margin.
Right.
Because
where do you think all the votes were?
All of the voters, basically Trump's voters were split between Trump and DeSantis.
For sure.
Now they're just fully DeSantis.
Yeah, and it's
no one that was going to vote for DeSantis was going to vote for Nikki Haley, because Nikki Haley, let's just be honest, is like your George Bush character. She's the deep state. She's the permanent bureaucracy.
For sure.
She's just like what
more of the same.
She's the Republican in name only.
Yeah.
Just because she wants to have the power, but it's really, there's no difference between her and any other
It's more the same
cat.
bullshit. She's just gonna wear a different colored tie.
I couldn't
That's
agree.
literally all it is. Like
She's wearing a different colored garter or whatever girls wear,
suit.
and instead of a tie.
suit. Suit pants. I don't know. Hillary Clinton.
No, that's Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, suit jack. Whatever. Her thing. It's gonna be red instead of blue. But that's pretty much the difference.
I don't think that anyone that was going to vote for DeSantis is going to switch their vote to Haley. Like, really?
Right.
There's no way.
Truthfully,
So Trump, if anything, Trump should be like, DeSantis, you are my dog.
yeah, you want to come be my VP, dog?
Yeah. Well, he said he like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He said he already had picked his VP. So
Right.
I'm curious to see who that is.
Yeah,
and Nikki Haley was like, "Oh, it's probably me." I'm like,
Yeah.
"You're freaking running against him."
Yeah, for sure. But wasn't Homeboy his first term running against him too? Pence was in the primaries against him.
No,
I think he was.
I don't think he was.
I'm almost certain.
If he was, he was pulling at like 0.5%.
Pence was the only guy that just kind of like stayed quiet and said like positive American things.
I had never heard of Mike
to
Pence.
go dirty.
I had never heard of Mike Pence until he was Donald Trump's.
22. Okay, man, I was almost certain that he was in the primary because I remember.
Well, in 2024, he pulled at like 0.5%.
Yeah,
No one wanted
I meant
Mike Pence.
I meant the 2016.
Yeah, I got you.
But Pence is boring, dude. Could you imagine going from a narcoleptic?
Do you see that?
Alzheimer
Who ran for VP in 2016? No one runs for vice president. That was like that was like 1940s. We don't run for vice president anymore.
Who got drafted?
Yeah.
To be the VP essentially.
We don't run for vice president anymore. I guess that's confusing for people that actually have a lieutenant governor run for their state, right? Same thing.
Yeah, I guess that could be weird. Yeah, for sure. But it is fascinating. I think you're right, dude. I think that literally, anybody that hates Trump is going, damn it, DeSantis is gone. He's out of there. It's just, because he just.
And can I say, DeSantis has had some, flashy moments. He's had some embarrassing moments. But overarching, if I had him as the governor of my state, I would absolutely not have a problem with that. I think that he's done a pretty good job.
Absolutely.
And he's gone after people that have, in my opinion, there are certain things as a father who's raising children. And look, I hope you listen to our podcast and I hope you love our podcast. But here's the deal. If you don't have hold on. This is a big take right here. You ready for this?
Yeah, send
it. You ready to hit the beeper over there?
Heartbeat up.
Dun, 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 dun. All right. If you're not a father, okay? If you do not have children that you are trying to raise in this beautiful country of ours, don't freaking talk to me about what we should and should not be doing for our children, okay? Just don't.
That's exactly right.
And let me tell you something. I know several people in my life that do not have children that are trying to tell me this is what we need to do, this is acceptable, this is not acceptable. Shut your freaking mouth. And let me tell you something. When you're a father or a mother, right, and you have skin in the game and you're thinking about your kids,
holler at your boy.
Right?
Yeah. Holler at your boy then.
Yeah, that's when okay, I can listen to you because I can take it from that perspective. You're thinking about the future of your children, right?
Yeah.
Not just about what your personal whatever crap is.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I think for me to enter into a conversation. If I can enter into a conversation with another parent, right?
Right.
And be like, okay, this is the future that I see for my children.
Good parent.
And maybe you have a horrible skewed perspective, but at least you're a parent.
Yeah.
If you're not a parent, just shut the freak up. Dude.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Absolutely, dude.
Where are you on the freaking? I'm having to self-censor over here, dude.
Hey, don't you know there's gonna be more post edit.
All right. Anyway, okay. I'm done with that.
I'm with you 100%.
That's my political take.
Nice, dude. Here's the thing, too. It's wild how much, literally, in every single way, parenting physically changes you.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't tell you how
Get zero sleep.
yeah, oh, for sure, yeah. But I couldn't tell you from ages whatever, I don't know, 9 to until my oldest daughter was born. I couldn't tell you how many times I've cried in that time period.
And before that, like zero, essentially. Right?
Yeah, yeah, I didn't. I just
Like you get your heart gets softened when you're like
moment.
someone else's life is in my hands.
That's right. I bawled the moment that both of my daughters were born.
Yeah, same.
And I bawl at cartoons. I cry about everything because since becoming a parent, I physically have changed. Things hit me. I watch church service or go to church service and I listen and I, sing praises to God and hear the sermon, and the sermon makes me cry because it's literally everything freaking changes physically, emotionally, mentally. And if you haven't had that experience, then you're not a good source.
Yeah, and you know what? The fact is, like, we as men need to be hard. We need to be like iron, right?
Yeah.
But we have to be pliable when it comes to something that is above and greater than us, which is, like, I'm going to say this right now. If you believe that we're a cosmic accident, you're an accident.
Yeah, you're nothing futz.
But like, if you believe that there's a design to your life, that there's a design to your children's life, and you should like try to amplify that, right?
Yeah.
Then like, okay, we can have a conversation. And then, and when you get in touch with that, it's powerful and it will make you cry because you realize what's at stake.
For sure.
And you realize like, you know what? My life isn't just about me. It's not about my pleasure. It's not about my personal gratification, about my gain. It's about these little ones and like, what's their future going to look like?
Yeah.
Are they going to be in touch with something that's much better than them? Or are they going to be blown about by every whim? Are they going to change their gender every time, somebody comes into their life and they're going to have like, just be, find your center, and your center should be the center of the universe. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
if you can do that, then you and your children are going to be set up. But if you can't, then you are going to be one of these people that can't figure out what they think. They can't figure out what gender they are. They can't figure out what bathroom they're going to, and like, who do you want to be in your life?
Yeah. And we'll end up
like
doing
if
something.
you just started over from scratch, would you rather be the person that knows who you are, knows where you're going, knows who created you, knows what your passions are, and knows what you love, and goes after that 100%? Or would you rather just be something that every time you hear something, every time that somebody tells you that you should be this or you should be that, you're just going to change? You're a
wishy-washy push about.
What's the reptile that changes all the time?
Chameleon.
Yeah. Would you rather just be a chameleon to culture, right? Like, no freaking thank you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how you could walk. I don't know how you could live life feeling good or positive about that. Like literally as a parent.
Marcus Aurelius didn't even believe in God, the God we believe in.
Right.
But he even said that you should be like rock solid in what you believe.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Instead of just accepting every little whim that came through.
Being rock solid as a parent is huge because you're setting up not just you, but your entire family for success or massive failure and massive
Agreed.
along the way.
Producer, like you've tried to say 2 or 3
I'm
things.
so sorry.
Like, get in here, dude. It's the pod.
Yeah.
If Marcus Aurelius didn't believe in God, what was his moral foundation?
It's a good point.
That's a great point.
He does actually reference God in his book multiple times, but he also references the gods in his book, right?
It's culture, time.
Yeah. So
sure.
I'm assuming that his religion at the time, right, recognized multiple gods, and he had a foundation in morality in that.
I don't know.
This is just based on what I'm reading.
All right. Well, get back to us next week on what Marcus Aurelius.
I will say that there was definitely
Find something.
morality though, and like not doing things that were morally repugnant was definitely a big part of the book, and it's kind of interesting to me.
He just so happened to be one of the freaks that ended up finding that kind of direction without, because a lot of the Roman Empire that believed in the gods was totally hedonistic and completely void of
No,
morality.
I agree with you, but
so he was a standalone in a lot of instances in that.
in the scriptures, though, in the Holy Scriptures, it actually says that God's laws are written upon our hearts.
Yeah.
It actually talks about how like human beings know what is right and what is wrong because of God's laws that are written on our hearts. So I think that maybe when he's talking about morality, like he's talking about through the ages what was accepted because of that.
Yeah,
He was a lot closer to the beginning of humanity than we were.
Yeah.
So,
Because of conscience. The conscience.
sure,
That's
Yeah,
what.
that's
what
exactly
we
what you're
call
talking
it,
about. Yeah,
But
exactly.
that's
100%.
that's what that moral code is.
It's like stop murdering this guy. Who's saying that? Is it God or is it your conscience
it's the conscience that God
that
gave.
God gave you?
Yeah,
He created
sure.
it in you. Right.
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to say is not related to that, but when I had my first child, yes, I do think it made me a little softer, more kind-hearted towards my family, but gosh, it made me hard to everybody else.
Yeah.
Like
You're damn right, dude.
I hardened up.
Yeah. Like you
you're
didn't.
exactly
You didn't.
I started stocking up on ammo and firearms like
Yeah,
never
absolutely,
before. Started
dude.
thinking about EDC and preparedness and thinking about stuff I never thought about before.
You didn't care what other people thought about you, if it meant that you were a good protector of your children, right?
Right.
Like, let's just say you saw somebody doing something inappropriate with your child. Maybe not like egregiously, but like kind of like, what are you doing? Like,
It
Let
brings
them watch
it
something
brings an
they shouldn't.
awareness that you probably didn't have before.
yeah. You would gladly kick that dude's ass, right? Or girl's ass, right? No problem at all.
Yeah.
Whereas before you might have just been like, whatever. But like when you have your kid is in the mix, it's like, nope, I'm the protector and I'm going at this.
One thing that you also end up doing too, and I've found this some, is you end up sacrificing relationships, and you end up sacrificing other people's happiness because you've got a new goal.
It's
and that
not as
goal
important.
All of a sudden is
Yeah.
so much bigger and stronger than everything else,
Agreed.
and it doesn't matter. And sometimes I wish that in my life I had the feeling and the drive and the focus on the right thing to do prior to having kids. But
Instead of just
God knew what my heart was going to take.
Instead of just going along to get along.
That's right. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Some of the best advice I got was from a book, but somebody asked me. This is a guy who did a couple tours overseas in the military. Doesn't have any kids yet, but wants to have kids. And he asked me, he's like, dude, this is a few years ago when my first was born. He goes, how do you feel about raising a child in the current culture and society? And what's it going to look like in 18 years?
No doubt.
And I read a book, and I cannot remember the name of the title of the book, but I'm paraphrasing the quote. It was, we cannot be concerned or afraid of raising a dragon slayer in a time when there's actual dragons.
That's good.
Dang, dude.
That's good.
That is that is sick. That's going to stick with me. That's like, I will think about that.
There you go.
That and
Title of the pod, Dragon Slayers.
Dragon Slayers, dude.
I love it. Get in there.
Yeah.
It's the
no
Dragon
doubt,
Slayers.
dude. It's the Dragon Slayers.
I love
Man,
that.
That is
That's really
that
good.
is amazing. That's I think every parent ought to hear that. Every parent that gives a rat's ass
Yeah.
about the
Like if you don't care about
whatever.
your kids, whatever. But if you care about your kids,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you should have that on your wall.
Do you want to be a dragon victim?
That's
Or
right.
a dragon slayer.
Yeah. Yeah, you could end up raising the person that saves you from the dragon.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The dragon could be anything.
I
so
like
that
I
always
like
happens.
how the Mr. Producer just put rabbit hole on the, on our flow.
That's how
Good job, man.
Yeah, I tell you what, you know what water does?
Hey,
when
we
it gets
covered
in
that. We covered that rabbit hole.
Yeah, you know what water does when it gets in a rabbit hole?
Please tell me.
It flows.
Was it? I think
We're water, dude.
we flowed.
Call me water. I believe our familias are out there.
They are. I hear them.
Yep, I can hear them.
Okay,
Here we go, real quick.
producer,
Let's
where are we
jump.
at?
How about
We're at 19 minutes, guys. We got
Okay.
plenty of time.
okay?
So we're gonna jump into this pod
Yeah.
now that we got our 19-minute
intro.
intro that was not planned out of the way.
How about-
as Ethan said though? A lot of times when we sit down, some of that just flows, and that's where you
That's what a rabbit hole is.
that's what
Yep.
you got to do.
Water flows down a rabbit hole. We're smooth like water.
That's right. So
Bills,
get in here as the pod,
get in here.
and
I think
this is
did
what we
that.
were going to talk about.
Yeah, this is the plan material, which is probably going to pale in comparison to what we just talked about. But the Bills kicker,
Yeah.
right?
Thank
Everybody
you.
saw the game.
That dude is a MVP for me.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
He's the MVCP.
Cheers.
As Chiefs fans, we won't rub it into anybody that's not, okay? But we're stoked. We're absolutely, oh my gosh. I'm being I'm being tempted by bread. Oh, we're doing a review. We're doing a review.
What is this, please?
This is sourdough bread. So we're not going to talk about the Bills kicker. Instead, we're all going to take a bite of this bread.
So we had planned out this podcast. Obviously, it's going real well.
yeah.
Clearly, there was another plan for this.
and we didn't know about it. But you know
I can
what?
smell this bread right now.
Yeah, I think that we should
You want to talk about?
I'm just
you
gonna
wanna
go ahead and
talk
take a
about
bite.
Parenting. You want to talk about raising good kids? You have to talk about quality nutrition,
that's
getting them away from the crap. And what are y'all eating? I'm guessing that's sourdough bread with real butter on it. Because if that's margarine, then actually
no, this is real. This is homemade sourdough bread that includes 3 ingredients baked in our oven that my wife works on for about 12 hours per loaf with real butter.
I'm feeling real homeschooled right now. I can say that because
don't care. The rest of the world get on our level.
no, when I
Oh my gosh!
I grew
want
up,
a sandwich with this. When you toast this, like in a pan or a toaster too. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I've been like a little plugged up from eating so
man.
much of this.
that's good. That is fantastic. Well, I think that your wife Ashley has some nice baking skills. So
I taught her well.
I'm just gonna go ahead and expect every time that we have the pod to have some freshly baked sourdough bread ready for us to ingest on the pod.
You know what's funny, dude? I produced Joy and Brittany's last week, and they did a taste test.
Really?
The one that'll come out this Monday. They did a taste test of Ashley's bread too, and it was just literally like crunch, crunch, moan, crunch, crunch, moan.
Shout out to No BS with Joe and Brittany. Check it out.
Absolutely.
Every place you can find a podcast.
Thank you, Finzo. Yeah, check them out. Go support them. Throw. Sorry about the chewing. Everywhere you find a podcast, Instagram, No BS with Joy and Brittany.
Where you find bread?
Everywhere you find bread. Oh, that's great, dude.
That's good. Man, talk about an ambush. What were we trying to get into?
We were getting ready to get into the Bills kicker, but I'm thinking.
right.
I'm thinking. I don't.
So give me your thoughts on the Bills kicker, though. Like, mouthful or not.
All right, here's the thing. I felt bad for the guy.
Which, if you don't know, the Kansas City Chiefs just clinched their 6th AFC championship in a row.
That's right.
Get some.
That's what's up.
And that was the 6th in a row for the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback, Pat Mahomes, since he became a
How many has he played in?
6. Well, he's played in
How many seasons?
he's played 7. He was not in the AFC Championship game his first year because Alex Smith was the quarterback. I almost said Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Alex Smith was the quarterback.
He started 6 years, been there 6 years.
Right. So this is kind of a big deal to me because it's every single year that the Kansas City Chiefs have had Pat Mahomes as their starting quarterback. They've been in the AFC Championship, which is incredible to me. I thought it was a record, but our awesome producer, Pifty, let us know that the New England Patriots actually went to 8 in a row.
2011 to 2018.
Which is that's incredible. But
I have to tell you this, too. Thanks to Pifty, I thought that I hated Tom Brady prior to what year I'm bad with years, but like I'd say my 8th grade freshman years.
2005 is when I took the number 12 from the Knights.
Okay. I was like, I would talk trash on Tom Brady. Didn't really know. And I'd be like, he's overrated. He's a media darling. He's not even that good. He sucks, dude. Tom Brady's not even good, dude. And then I got to know this guy. And over the next couple years, he worked on me and turned me into a Brady apologist because Finzo was a Brady guy. He was a Brady fan.
Not necessarily. I did cheer for the Patriots because Brady was there, but I haven't cared much about the Patriots since Brady left.
I know a lot of people
watched
like
New
that.
England. I watched New England play
For sure. But
Did you like Michigan?
So when he was at Michigan, beat Alabama in the Orange Bowl, came back. Obviously, that was the last Orange Bowl victory for Michigan until this year. So,
okay, so that is cool. But he told me, he's like, I'm like, he gave me facts. He's like, all right, look at the stats, dude. Look at this, look at that, look at that. And of course, we're playing football at the same time. And then junior year, I started quarterback, and I think that was like you started to sway me sophomore year, but then junior year, whenever I like started at quarterback, it was kind of like a holy crap.
That dude's pretty good.
I do not hate Brady anymore. This guy's a legend, you know.
You shouldn't hate somebody just because they're good. Like, I think you should.
Jealousy.
No, I mean, jealousy is the number one thing that makes us like say, oh, that person shouldn't
Is
be
overrated.
Yeah, we shouldn't look at that person. But really, if anything, when we get beat by someone or when we realize that someone is better than us, what it really is an educational experience. And if you look at it that way, and I had a very wise person once tell me this, every single person that you come in contact with every single day, whether they're a homeless person or the richest person you know, you can learn at least one thing from their life every day, right?
Absolutely.
It's true. And so, like, as a good quarterback, as a good high school quarterback, right? If you were to just say, "Oh, Brady's overrated," whatever, blah blah blah, right? And you didn't just like pay attention to the good things he was doing, if you just dismissed him out of pocket, you would never learn that.
Yeah.
And I think that as a country, right, we have this like Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, Republicans, like this whole like we're not going to listen to anything this person says, right? We're not going to listen to anything this person says because we already have figured it all out.
Yeah.
We're fine, right? But the truth is, you can probably learn a little bit of something. And I'm not trying to say that the other side, like, because obviously people know how I feel about things. However, I do think that being the marketplace of ideas, right? That's our founding fathers. That's what they founded this country on.
Right.
Was like, let's have discussions. And you know what? I applaud who is the dude that goes to all these college campuses and like
Jordan Peterson?
No. He
does that.
He's like much more Jewish than him. Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro goes to all these college campuses and he'll have like people will come and he'll talk to him and then people like freak out and stuff like that and just like go crazy.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, let's just have a conversation, right?
You give me Steven Crowder. He does that. He's a great example of that too. He goes and he's like, sit down here and let's talk. And then sometimes he'll end up getting slapped, like on his way out of a conversation. And all he was doing is literally having the tone that I have now,
right,
talking to you.
But but what's the problem in our country? Like, why is it so bad to just have the conversation?
You're right, and then walk away, and you can still
just be like, dude, I get it, man. You disagree with me, but that's okay
for sure.
Like, but that's the point he was making was like, when did it become a thing where we have to like be violent to each other because we disagree?
We're completely dualistic to that extent. Like, you know, I have plenty of friends and family members,
right? Sure.
That, not only politically but sports teams.
Yeah,
you have employees.
Yep.
That love a football team that I hate. Doesn't matter. We're buddies.
Yeah, no, but
we get along.
But
it's cool.
If you can just say like, look, I know what I believe. I'm strong in that, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm a big proponent of that. I've talked about this on the pod before. Like, you need to know who you are. You need to know what you believe, especially if you're a man. You need to know that. You need to have a grounding, right?
Yeah.
Being grounded, not being blown about by every little whim, but you need to be grounded. But if you're grounded and you're having a conversation with another person that's very grounded in what they believe, like, you should not say, I want to kill you. I don't want to fight you. You just want to say, like, look, let's just have that's marketplace of ideas. You tell me what you believe. I'll tell you what I believe. And you know what? We can go home. We can think about it.
But if you're having that thought process, I don't think if your thought process is animosity coming out of discussion against somebody,
you know, you're a loser.
Well, yeah, you're a loser, but also you're not. Well, that person's not well grounded, because just confidence
And
in
that's the
somebody's
problem.
belief.
Therein lies the problem.
Exactly. Confidence
Because they
in
believe
their
that
own-
their identity, that their entire, like, who they are and as a person, if somebody else just, like, talks shit on that, somehow they're, like, less of a
Yeah.
person. Well, somebody could talk shit on my beliefs all day long. I don't really care. I still know who I am.
for sure.
It doesn't change me.
Yeah, the thing is, truly, if you have the kind of confidence in the beliefs that you ought to have, if you say they're your beliefs, and you get rattled when somebody is essentially challenging you on that, then you don't truly have that concrete confidence. Well,
part of my
your
confidence,
own
though-
soul and heart belief.
Part of my confidence, though, does not come from my own self.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything that I believe in, that I ascribe to, is coming from someone that has a lot more authority than me.
Yeah.
He created me.
For sure, but that also
So,
gives
like,
you
I-
confidence.
I have confidence because I don't have to have it in my own brain. I'm
Right.
like, I'm good.
But that gives you
It's that guy.
That gives you confidence. It's just like, I mean, we were just talking about Tom Brady, right? You don't think that if you're on a football team with Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes, that you're going to be way more confident in your team's ability, right? And then you know what we know about our existence.
True.
And you have so much more confidence in your beliefs and your ability. Whereas people that might waver and wishy-washy back and forth with whatever the cultural trend is, it's because there is nothing
Because they believe
concrete
that
or
in a-
real, and they're just back and forth on whatever's cool because it's not grounded in anything legit.
Because an amoeba
Farted
and made
blew the universe out its ass.
and made the play calls
That's right.
their offense.
Touchdown.
I think I'd rather have someone that was intelligent and that knew what they were doing, putting everything together, than just like random bull crap.
For sure. Here is one thing though.
When was the last time?
I'm thinking about starting a movement called the Amoeba Fart and see if we can get traction, because the world's pretty dumb. And I just want to see if we could get traction. Amoeba Fart. And this is like the new philosophy of how we came to be.
I mean, there's already the flying spaghetti monster.
Oh, that's right. That kind of like overtook
That
the
got
Missouri.
everything.
Yeah. Dang it, dude.
All right, I don't want to get on to that
Yeah,
because we've got other things to get to.
So sidetracked.
Where are we at here?
34.
So we're at 33 minutes. Yeah, we need to get onto these two topics right here.
Okay. So we got super.
Shoot, dude. We need to.
Yeah.
How
I
about
got you.
this?
I got you.
Let's
Okay. Let me say one more thing about the
Blitzkrieg poop race real quick, and then I think that
I got
it's going to be time for pick 3.
So one last thing. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for 6 in a row AFC Championship
Absolutely.
games. I'm extremely excited, and I know we talked about that a second ago, but here's the thing. We are Kansas City Chiefs fans, and we have been waiting our entire life for them to be good.
Yeah,
And let me tell you something. There were a lot of years that they were not.
Tyler Thigpen, Brody Croyle, Javon Belcher, if you know who he is.
Let's
it's
not go there. But,
not good.
But for real, though, like we've been waiting a long time
for sure.
to have this. And can I just say
Todd
this?
Haley.
Yeah. Can I just say to the Buffalo Bills fans,
Down
and
3 touchdowns to the Indianapolis, or up 3 touchdowns to the Indianapolis
oh my
Colts
gosh,
in the
yes.
playoffs, and we lose multiple times to multiple different quarterbacks.
the Pittsburgh game we went to on Justin's bachelor party.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So like we've been there. We know what that feels like. We know what it feels like to be the Bills. We know what it feels like to be the Dolphins. We know what it feels like to be all these other teams. And I'll just say this. We've waited in my entire life, we waited for them to be good. And now it's easy to say the Chiefs are good, right? And it's annoying for people because they're so good. However, it's like it feels good to
I think
kind of
all the new fans are kind of annoying.
it's good to arrive though, right? It's good to kind of be there finally. And I'm not going to sit here and be braggadocious and talk down to other fan bases, but I will say stick with it. Your team will get there eventually.
Yeah.
And it will feel really good because you endured the bad times. And when you endure the bad times, the good times feel
That much sweeter.
way better. So that's what I want to say about 6 in a row AFC Championships games. Moving on.
Yeah, I could see.
Pifty had something to
He
say.
pushed it away.
No, just go ahead, man. Just get in there. It's the pod.
As somebody who's not like a hardcore, Chiefs fan like you guys are, 9 teams passed on Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Y'all, if your team's one of those 9 teams, y'all
Buffalo Bills did.
Yeah. Bills, I'm
Traded
thinking the
up.
Bears who drafted Mitch Trubisky. Who was the
Oh,
first
my
quarterback
gosh.
off the board in 2017. It's just like 9 teams had a shot at Patty Mahomes.
Were the
I don't
Chiefs
want-
just
I don't wanna hear
lucky,
any
or did we
complaining.
know what we were talking about?
They knew what they were talking about.
Well, the Chiefs traded up
To
to
get-
the Bills. They took the pick from the Bills
Yep.
Right.
to get
right.
Patty. So
and that's because Veach had been watching. Well, whatever. No, no more. I'm not gonna.
Good job, Kansas City. We finally figured it out because I go back and look at our at the Kansas City Chiefs quarterbacks, other than a guy named the San Francisco transplant
Alex Smith.
Nope.
Joe Montana.
Thank you.
Montana.
Thank you. Other than Joe Montana, which was not really a Kansas City Chiefs quarterback. That's a
Right.
San Francisco 49ers quarterback. Other than him, we have not had. And you could go back to our quarterback winner, Lenny Dawson, right?
Yeah.
But other than those 2 guys, our quarterbacks have been basically trash, right? So, like,
Certainly no. There's a couple.
as a
in there that
franchise,
aren't
it's about
tra-
time they figured it out.
Yeah, there's a couple in there that aren't trash, like Trent Green, Alex Smith. Alex Smith certainly wasn't trash, but they were not.
Well, it's trash compared to
franchise-
Mahomes, though.
But yeah, they weren't franchise changing.
They didn't win.
know.
They didn't win like multiple Super Bowls.
If Trent
Right.
if Trent Green wasn't in the same era as Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, we might be having a different discussion. Because I mean, he went 13-3 twice. Right?
That's right. Yeah, he was a star. I would not throw shade at Trent Green if my life depended on it. I also wouldn't.
I'm not
throw-
saying he was
I
a
wouldn't
crappy quarterback.
Throw shade on Alex Smith either, just because that was the change. And now I know as Andy Reid as much as anything, but that was the changing of the guard, where it went from 3-13 to we're going to the playoffs. Was Alex Smith came in and could be the guy that could run.
Don't forget about a couple of those
stuff.
3-13 seasons when we were.
Oh yeah, trust me, dude.
Oh,
Trust
so
me.
bad.
That was high school.
It was throw up.
That's right. All right,
Anyway,
so
moving on. I just wanted to say congratulations to the Chiefs. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I got win 2 more. Win 2 more. All right. You want to hit?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit on this. Like, I'm gonna give you like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Here we go. So my children have always cracked me up. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
should definitely have kids if you don't have kids, because you will get it will open your eyes to some things.
Yeah.
My daughter last weekend, and it was a horrible weather. We had snow and ice, and everybody was like just housebound, and everybody was getting on each other's nerves and stuff.
Sure.
And my daughter goes like running through the house, and I'm like trying to make dinner. I'm like, Addie, what are you doing? She runs into our bedroom. She runs into our bathroom. And she just drops her pants. And I'm like, okay, like, can you not go in your own bathroom? That's what I asked her.
Yeah.
Because like they have their bathroom, and we have
Sure.
ours.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't.
Separation of church and state.
Exactly. I said, She said, I can't. I said, why not? Well, I got to go poop. I'm like, well, go poop in your own bathroom. She's like, Anson's in there. I said, oh, okay. And she's like, I said, well, can you not just wait? And she said, no, Dad, we're having a poop race. So first off, can I just say, hats off to my kids for coming up with the idea of having a poop race.
Yeah.
However, Addie got the short end of the stick because she is the longer pooper than Anson is, and she had to run.
She had the long run,
yeah,
too.
she had to run to the other side of the house to go poop. Right?
Yeah.
It is so funny to me because after about 2 or 3 minutes, my son gets up off the toilet in the other bathroom, and he comes running. He is not wiped yet.
And he goes, "Get out of the lay, lady."
Yeah, no. And he comes running into the kitchen where I'm making dinner, and he goes, I won. And he's like shouting to Addie across the other side of the house, I won. And I'm like, what, dude? And he's like, I pooped before Addie. I got done. And I'm like, you guys just came up with this on your own?
For sure, dude.
So, but
This is what stir crazy does for creative child's mind.
that's exactly right. I told Addie, I said, Addie, you're still in the running because Anson just got up off the potty. He hasn't been wiped. He still got poop on his bottom. So if you can get your stuff done before that. So Anson runs back in there and he's like, Dad, wipe me. Let's go.
and did not and There's no way there was a thorough clean that happened.
Yeah.
Not whenever there's a race to be had and,
Yeah.
and a checkered flag to pass.
Yeah. And Addie comes running out. She's like, it's not fair. She's like starting to cry. She's like, it's not fair. I'm like, what's not fair? She's like, Anson didn't wipe. So then I have to have like a full on discussion.
That's
with
a technicality.
Yeah. So Addie's like, and I go in there, and Addie's sure enough, she's got a big old turd, right? And she wiped, she did everything she was supposed to. I go back in the other room, and in the other toilet, there's nothing in there. And I go, Anson, what happened here? And he's like, oh, I just peed. And I was like, I thought you were having a poop race. And he's like, I wanted to win.
You're
So I made him sit back down and go poop. And I was like, okay, Addie, you win.
yeah, no doubt.
But he wanted to win so bad.
For sure.
He just decided to forego the poop so he could say that he won.
But that's an important
I was like,
lesson.
dude, you should have flushed the toilet.
Yeah, for sure. No, it was there a minute ago. I'm telling you.
I swear.
That is hilarious, man. That's an important lesson right there, dude.
Poop races, though, man.
Poop races.
Who would have thought?
For sure.
My kid just came up with poop races.
That sounds fun. That sounds like some high school locker room stuff right there, dude. You know?
Anyway, yeah. Thought you'd enjoy that.
Oh, that's great, dude. I love that. Oh, I love that.
Can you please give me a rundown, a tease of what we're doing over the next 12 weeks? We have a super exciting. So pick 3 has kind of
Morphed.
Yeah, Ethan and I have
grown.
been talking about something that we wanted to bring to our listeners so that they could really kind of dig in and
Engage.
really love what's going on with the pick 3 and be interactive and look forward to
And have some
future pick threes.
anticipation.
Yeah, to know kind of what's coming up. So
For
Ethan,
sure.
give it to me on what we're gonna do on the pick 3 and what are we calling it?
We're calling it Pick 3 12 pack.
12 pack. Let's go.
Right?
Sounds
And
good.
That's fitting. Everything is just kind of man shit in here. We have, Miller's sitting right there.
Empty beers.
Be a man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cheers your buddy, not your boyfriend. Yeah.
I'll too.
All right, so Pick 3 12 pack is going to be a series of Pick 3s, and each one is going to last 3 weeks.
Yep.
It's going to cover a different genre for those 3 weeks. And here's the 4 series. We're going to have music.
I'm super excited about this because we talked about it today. We said it, and
Stoked
I can't
on
wait
it.
to hear it. Let's go.
Can't wait. Music, libations, firearms, and vehicles. That is the most man thing.
Man brain. Let's
thing
go.
That you could run. All right. And here's the thing. We didn't include sports because we all know there's only one man sport, and that's football.
Football. Which obviously we talk about it all the time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, for sure, dude. Anyway.
And we all played
for sure.
together.
That's the next 12 weeks, all right?
Yep.
And then we have subcategories under each one. I won't even give you, I'm not going to give you, I'm just going to give you music, all right, which is the one we're embarking on tonight.
Go ahead and tease the categories.
Well, I'm gonna go series 1, which is music,
Okay,
and then
okay.
I'm just going to tease next week.
Okay, I got you.
Okay. And then people are just going to have some anticipation on what the other
stuff.
two is going to look
right.
like. Yeah. So, series 1, everybody's excited. You heard it here first. Music. Week 1 this week, we're going to be a little selfish. We're thinking about us. We're thinking about what we like.
Yeah. Which we haven't talked about music much, but we love.
Absolutely.
Spotify, let's go.
We're going metal. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
This week is metal. Everybody in
So if you like hard rock,
loves,
get in here.
That's right. If you like getting artificially pissed off is what I call it. You're damn right.
Can you give me like a metal riff?
Oh, we need that. Yeah, just a metal this week. Everybody in here loves metal. I love getting artificially pissed off. And then next week's country. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, just to let you know,
And there will be a surprise third week of music.
Yes, there is. We're not telling you until next week.
Yeah, got.
So yeah, there's 3 different pick 3s.
But under
according
each
to
of those headings,
series,
under each of those headings, music,
Libations.
So there's going to be 3 headings under libations that we're going to do 3 weeks on.
For most Purvcast listeners, you're going to have to Google what libations mean, and I know you're not going to know how to spell it. But it's Libations.
Why did you give him the spelling?
So they can Google it and figure out what it means, dude. Yeah, and then firearms and vehicles.
Yep.
And each one's broken down into 3 different categories.
We wanted to do just a pick 3 on each of those categories, but then we were like, wait, there's way too many
too broad.
sub genres for that. So so we're gonna give each of you guys like a chance to listen to each of those and kind of and like what we really want is
bust a nut in each one.
What we want to kind of get your like takes on that. We want to hear like from you guys, or we want to have like post it in the comments or whatever on what your top 3 would be, because we're gonna do a deep dive into each category, which music, libations, guns, and vehicles. And then when we're done with that, we're gonna be bringing one whole entire month of fishing.
That's right.
And that's gonna be our pick 3 for a month, and we're gonna have we're gonna have a live full day video of Ethan and I going out and fishing. It'll be edited down to like an hour for easy digestible stuff.
Catching crappie, catching white bass, catching walleye.
Or walleye, whatever.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
And we're going to do a pick 3 on fishing. So
yeah, that's exactly right. This entire setup is going to move to Warsaw, Missouri.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Where we will be shredding face and ripping lips, dude.
We've already got a sponsor of the show that's going to be sponsoring the place that we're going to be staying out in Warsaw while we are doing our fishing episode. So it's going to be it's going to be kind of like an idea for some of you that might want to get in on the sponsorship side of it. It's like, hey, look, we can come and do a video and like kind of sponsor your thing while we're doing that.
Absolutely,
so,
yeah. This is going to be this is sick.
So we're trying to like take pick 3, which has been a super popular segment for us,
for sure,
and we're trying to make that like not only more applicable for our listeners, but like, okay,
somebody that wants, hey, let me team up with Purvcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, get in here and do that too.
Yep.
I am dying. The anticipation is aging me right
Can't
now,
wait,
dude.
Let's go.
All right, all I see is Grant's pick 3 at the bottom. Here it is, guys.
50, give it to me, man.
Series 1.
All right.
Topic 1, metal music, pick 3. Grant presenting to Ethan. I have not seen this list. Good night, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, man.
And what did I tell you?
I'm sorry, Ethan. This is the hardest pick 3 you've ever had.
This is insane, dude. And what did I tell you earlier when we were talking on the phone? I guarantee you that there's 5 metal bands that you didn't include.
Okay, so before you go to your pick 3, I'm going to list mine that I'm going to ask you for, okay?
Okay.
And I want you to give me the ones I missed.
Okay.
Because I know I missed some, right? Which kind of makes it funner, right?
Yep.
I mean, you can see them on the screen. Let me just list them off real quick, and then you can give me anything I missed, okay?
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
All right. So, here we go.
Wait, you're firing through this whole list?
I'm going the whole list.
All right, baby. Succinct. Hit it.
Here we go.
This has got to go on. This has got to fit into a 2-minute TikTok.
All right. I'm going to say, all right, let's go. Godsmack. Rammstein. Disturbed. This is not in chronological order. This is just kind of just out there.
Right.
Godsmack. Rammstein. Disturbed. Sevendust. Korn. Five Finger Death Punch. Avenged Sevenfold. Parkway Drive. Slipknot. Limp Bizkit. Mudvayne. Dope. Atreyu.
Bullet for My Valentine.
Bullet. Drowning Pool. Kill Switch Engaged. Thank you, producer. Tool. Stained. All That Remains. And I'm going to say there's one other one, but they're not really metal. It's an honorable mention, and that would be Breaking Benjamin. They're more alternative.
He mentioned them earlier too.
Yeah.
We both consider Breaking Benjamin metal because it'll get you.
Okay, so you're gonna put Breaking Benjamin in there. Okay, that's fine.
No, I'm fine with him being on the list. I'm not saying that's on my top 3.
Okay,
I'm cool with it being on the list.
Okay, yeah, like Breaking Benjamin is really honestly and I would put All That Remains on that same thing, right? But I'm just saying like that would be
talked about that one too.
Alter Bridge.
Alter Bridge is a tough one to leave off, dog.
Yeah. So, all right. You're right. So, like, okay, one more. Godsmack, Rammstein, Disturbed, Seven Dust, Korn, Five Finger Death Punch, Avenged Sevenfold, Parkway Drive, Slipknot, Limp Bizkit, Mudvayne, Dope, Atreyu, Bullet for My Valentine, Drowning Pool, Kill Switch Engage, Tool, Stained, my bad, All That Remains, and we'll just say Breaking Benjamin, and Alter Bridge. And I'm only asking you to pick 3 out of those.
Yeah, easy frickin' peasy, dude.
I'm so sorry, but dude, when I was doing the list, I'm
Yeah.
like, how can you leave certain things off? Because they're all those bands I mentioned, I love a lot of their music. So
Absolutely, yeah.
metal, when it comes to metal, and by the way, can I just say, when I Googled metal, I just want to mention this real quick. When I Googled metal, not even one of those bands was listed on the top 100 metal bands online.
It's all wrong. I bet you
So,
too
I'm just
was on that list.
No, and like
At like 2.
and like Jimi Hendrix, which I agree, like Jimi Hendrix is great, but it's like that's not metal. Like, what are you doing? So I'm just saying, like, I'm saying that is from a standpoint of a Midwest boy that listens to a lot of hard rock. Like, that's what I listen to. That's what I like. You can't put a lot of this other stuff in there. I know that like AC/DC and Led Zeppelin and stuff like that, they're great. But that's not like this genre.
It's classic rock.
That's classic rock.
Exactly.
Thank you, Pifty.
So like guys like Quiet Riot,
Right. Like
that's classic stuff now.
For sure.
that's not like the hard rock that I'm looking at. So I'm giving you hard rock that I would consider to be hard rock, not classic rock. Thank you, Pifty.
That's why it's Grant's pick 3.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't say classic rock, bro.
Yeah, true. But here's the thing, dude. Here's my definition of metal.
Okay.
Anything that incites, and I've said this before, anything that incites artificial anger.
So like
Right?
you're getting like,
You're working out to it. You're listening to it before a football game.
or I've got it in my ear pods and I'm working and I'm trying to get done with something.
right.
I got to get going.
You need juice.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing more powerful than anger. I'm not an angry person, but I love being fake angry because I get stuff done.
Right.
I go ham.
This
you
is
know?
like what would you call that? Productivity metal.
yeah. Production music, dude. For sure.
All right, there you go.
All right, here we go.
Not to give you too many options there.
Yeah, it's way too many. I knew it was going to be like this, okay? I knew it was going to be extensive. I think here's what I might break it down to a subtopic. Ethan's pick 3.
Okay.
And then Ethan's current.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I won't do that, but
Do you want to pick 5 on this?
let's throw I mean, all right, honorable mentions, and I'll just take a picture of this. You got to add Asking Alexandria.
Yeah. They're good.
I love Asking Alexandria.
So hold on. You're giving me some of the ones I forgot, right?
Yes, these are. I told you that there were at least 5
Okay.
that I bet you didn't throw on there.
So Asking Alexandria.
Yep, love that band. Ever since they got a new lead singer, dude, they have just been otherworldly. Memphis Mayfire. They
Never even heard of them.
They have my favorite song at the moment, and Finzo is sitting over here, dying laughing. Hey, you want to hear a song, bro? I love them, man.
So you guys know who they are. I don't like. Thanks for sharing them.
I guess I should be sending these songs.
Douche.
I should be sending these songs. Bring Me the Horizon.
What?
You don't know this?
Oh.
Yeah. No, I've sent you songs.
Oh, come on.
I've sent you songs, dude.
We've got to narrow this list down to where you can pick 3 out of it to make it a pick 3.
True. I had told him earlier I would give him the 5.
This list
that I
went
bet.
from 16 to 20.
Good night. All right, dude. Okay,
I'll
I'll
stick to this list. Nothing on honorable mentions can go in your pick 3. How about that?
what if I want one of them?
You know what? I tell you what. If I missed something that is that big for you, because if it's that big to go on pick 3, absolutely put them on there.
Okay.
Because it's your pick 3.
Are you ready?
So if I miss like 2 out of your pick 3, obviously I don't know you very well. Or you should
That's
share
my-
more of your music with me.
That's my purse. I don't know you. Okay.
All right, give it to me, man.
I think I'm going to give it to you, man.
Let's go.
Here we go. Number 3.
All right.
Bullet for My Valentine.
I like it.
I love Bullet for My Valentine, dude. They've got some songs that literally were the backbone of me practicing hard
Yeah,
in high
sure.
school football. Like, there's
That's kind of what I thought too, because I felt the same way.
Yeah, that's one of those, dude. Oh, there's another one. Stop it, dude. Stop. Fenzo keeps adding stuff. We're all too like-minded on this, man. It's just too
when you're talking about like
fluid.
Like high school football, like / getting pumped up. Kill Switch was big for me too.
Kill Switch was big, dude. That was it's weird because Kill Switch is almost more of like a nostalgia band for me because they were just like probably a couple years earlier on the their biggest one, whatever it was.
My Curse?
Yeah, My Curse.
Yeah.
That was like,
Yes.
My Curse. That was, I love that.
You don't have to put it on honorable mention because it's already up there.
Yeah, for sure.
I did like Sick Puppies, though. That's a good one.
This is going to be tough. And I'm trying not to go, I'm trying to decide if I go nostalgia brain or if I go, what do I want to listen to right now?
Well, we've always said on pick
know what I'm
three,
saying?
it's like more relevant for now, right? Because
Okay.
on your on the comedians, right?
Yep.
Like that was kind of your thing was like not necessarily like who's been good in the past. It's like what's more relevant to you now.
Okay. Relevant to me right now. I'm going to go.
I didn't put Linkin Park in there, by the way, producer. I
You
just saw you put that in there. Linkin Park is awesome. However, Linkin Park would be for me more of like alternative than like heavy metal. But
Okay. I'm going to go at the moment Asking Alexandria, believe it or not. If we're talking right now, there's nobody better.
Okay. So you got Bullet and Asking Alexandria.
Yep.
Which was not in the list I gave you, but it was
Right.
an honorable mention. But I appreciate that though because there's so many good options that I can't like exclude certain things.
It's just like me with comedians. I foobarred it. I messed it up.
It's all good.
I'm looking all over.
Good with that. So Bullet, Asking Alexandria. Who's your number one?
And numero uno. When I truly think about what have I always enjoyed for my life and what could I turn on right now
And just
and
get
be not just artificially angry, but fired up, love every second of the way that this sounds, be just pissed off, ready to fly across this freaking table and beat your ass, dude, and then come and do the same thing to you. You guys want to know what that is?
I can't wait.
That's Rammstein, dude.
Oh,
That's right. My friends that I don't
German
understand
rock. Let's
anything
go.
that they're saying, my friends that are singing and screaming things that I have no earthly clue what they might mean and what I might be head bobbing to, things that I might be getting fired up about that I don't even understand how awful these things might be. Those are my guys, dude. Ich will. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's the best concert I've ever been to.
Oh my gosh, dude!
It's which we went to Dallas to see him, dude.
It was so
Love him. Like it fires me up. I'm getting fired up right now just thinking.
it's pretty darn good. If you haven't seen a Rammstein concert,
For sure. But as far as ageless goes,
all right,
like something that has always been massive for me and something that always will be, it's Rammstein.
yeah,
Right? Like right now, Asking Alexandria, love them.
yeah.
They're my jam right now, okay? Memphis Mayfire, they're my jam right now. But you go big picture, dude, Rammstein is the shit, as they say.
Yeah.
They are out of this world good. Every single song, beat your face.
Dude, it's hard to beat them. Like they're really good.
For sure. Yeah, and a lot of people know Du Hast, but a lot of people don't realize that like you dive into it and you jump into it and it's like, oh my gosh, Du Hast isn't even remotely close to their best song. Like it is so much better when you get beyond Du Hast. Go give it a shot. Listen to it. And it's like it's one of those bands too where a lot of bands that got popular.
I'll tell you what.
Hold on. It ended up changing their records and becoming new and then morphed and got sucky. But they've changed and morphed and just gotten better.
All right,
every step of the way.
if I gave you this is your pick 3 plus 1. Give me your plus 1.
My plus one, am I going off the current?
Just pick 3. You
Memphis Mayfire.
Okay,
Right
so,
now.
So you got Bullet for My Valentine, Asking Alexandria, and Memphis, or sorry, Rammstein, and then Memphis Mayfire would be your plus 1. That's kind of like an add-on to that pick.
Yeah.
Like not necessarily number 1, but like it needs to be in that.
Yeah.
So like I'm trying to be fair just because of all of the huge amount
For sure.
of stuff.
So they have a song called Misery. You know it?
Yeah.
They have a song called Misery, and it is
Please send it to me because I haven't heard it.
I will send it to you.
I probably have heard it, actually.
It is
just not that.
No, I don't know that you have. It's probably not mainstream enough, right, Pifty, for him to like. If you're listening to like radio, you're not going to hear it.
No, you're not going to hear Memphis Mayfire.
I mean, I don't listen to radio. It's just Spotify.
Okay, yeah.
But like
But
Spotify
maybe
kind of
you
just
have.
kind of keeps it in your vein. So
For sure.
maybe I wasn't in the right mud.
Maybe you have. I'll send
Vein.
it. I'll send it to you. But at the moment, like that's the first song I turn on every time.
Please send it to me
Is,
because if it's that
Misery.
good, I want to hear about
Yeah,
it.
I will.
And our listeners probably do too. So
sure.
Maybe just like
It's immediate artificial anger, and
you should-
feel so good.
I think that we should in your YouTube. You should post your number one song by each of those artists. In the comments,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah,
like
that'd
whatever the top song for each of those like 4 people you mentioned, like artists, you should do that. Like our listeners would probably appreciate that because like I haven't even heard Memphis Mayfire, but I would love to hear it. So there you go.
They're sick, dude. I'll tell you what. There's 2 bands up here that I really wish that I.
Link it in the YouTube bio when you do that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
So that you can like click on it and,
And then
listen
get
to it. Right?
Justin's and then, or not Justin's, get Grant's and then link those in the bio too.
That'd be the description or the.
Like not the bio, the description of the video.
Okay. Yeah.
Just say
I will.
like Grant's pick 3, and here's the links to each video.
Spotify links or
YouTube links.
Even you.
Yeah,
Oh, YouTube
YouTube,
links
yeah,
would
yeah,
be the
Link
sure.
goes
best.
straight to YouTube.
For sure, dude. 2 bands that I really wish. That I
Honorable
could've-
mention for you. Go ahead.
Parkway Drive. Love Parkway
Drive.
Drive.
So good.
They go so ham.
They are so.
I dig them so much. Love Atreyu.
Yeah.
And then of course Tool.
Okay.
I went
Yeah,
through
like
this.
Tool for me is a little deeper.
Tool's in like its own category, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, because they're so.
So there's 2 bands on here. I'm just going to put this out here. This is nothing to do with my own thing, but
Yeah.
there are 2 bands that have members members of their bands that were active military at one time.
Okay,
Only 2 out of this list.
that's insane.
Like I think there's more. But
Maynard.
but Maynard is one.
Yep.
And that's Tool.
Yep.
And Limp Bizkit.
No kidding.
Fred Durst was in the Navy.
I had no idea, dude.
There you go.
Hell yeah, that's where he came up with the chocolate starfish idea.
No doubt.
He's like, man, I'm gonna ship with dudes. All right, let's hit it. So, this is Purvcast Pick 3. Grant presented to me. I gave my 3. Can I give it real succinct?
Go ahead.
Finzo. All right. Number 3, Bullet for My Valentine. Number 2, Asking Alexandria. Number 1, Rammstein. And then I wanted to give a little +1 in parentheses here to Memphis Mayfire, who right now has the hottest and best song that I've ever heard in my life. So that's my pick 3. We're moving on to Grant, his pick 3. I was nice and succinct and straightforward and didn't take too long. Good luck over here. This is probably going to be, who knows? I don't know, 50 minutes, couple hours, something like that, you know?
I'm not a very succinct person
Yeah.
when you ask me stuff like this, but I am going to try.
All right, here goes Grant. Grant, pick 3. What is yours? Give me your pick 3. This is a tough topic because this is something that we're all passionate about. Love it. Yeah. Love metal. Yeah. Love artificial anger. Give it to me.
And I will say the very first, there are 2 bands I went to for my very first rock concert ever.
Let me guess. Disturbed was one of them.
No.
Oh, okay.
Godsmack and
Oh, that's right.
Godsmack and Edema. They were in a
Okay.
band. They were in a concert together. So I went to Edema and Godsmack.
At the Shrine?
Yes, at the Shrine.
Yeah.
So those were my first 2, and that was my
We
first.
went with Hamar.
Yes.
Yep, I remember that.
Hamar and
for
Larry.
sure. Yep,
Yeah.
for
So
sure, dude.
Hamar, Larry, if you're listening to this, shout out, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, but those probably won't make my top 3. They are great, but they're not gonna make my top
Right.
3.
Yeah, yeah.
My top 3. Number 3 for me is gonna be Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit for me, just there's so much history in my life.
Nostalgia.
And I can just go back to like so many songs with Limp Bizkit, and I just like go back and I can think of the exact moment when I first heard that song. Yeah, or like Take a Look Around with Drew.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, yeah, exactly. And so like, you know, there's this like when I think of those, like it just brings me back to like those super like
You went nostalgia.
testosterone fueled moments. So Limp Bizkit's number 1 for me, and also Freddie D. If you've been following socials at all, Fred Durst is making a massive comeback. Like he's
He's a warrior.
one
Yeah,
of the most
dude.
popular people on social right now.
For sure.
Not because of his old stigma, but because he's like a dad, and now he's just like embracing that. And he's
sure,
like, I'm
yeah.
a hard rocker and I'm a dad.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like
Metal
yeah,
dad, dude.
I'm gonna
We're
put-
all metal dads.
I'm putting Limp Bizkit. That's number 3. My number 2, and I'm having a really hard time. I will have that +1 just like you just had, but
Okay.
but my number 2 is going to be Seven Dust, and Seven Dust for me is also nostalgia.
Yep.
Like when I was working out in high school and trying to get swole for football and like trying to just go after it, like Justin and I, Seven Dust was. That was it, man. And Seven Dust has done a great job of staying relevant. They release new stuff.
Absolutely,
and,
yeah.
And
they've stayed together.
right, and
which is
I
big.
have been to 4 Seven Dust concerts.
Yeah.
So like that's pretty impressive. I haven't seen any other band as much as I've seen Seven Dust. And LeJean, who is Jamaican, I think.
Yeah.
Is
Classically trained musician. If you
right,
didn't
right,
know.
and he's like the lead singer. He's really good. So I'm going Seven Dust number 2.
Hey, hold on. Let me throw a little sidebar in about Seven Dust, too.
Okay,
real
give it to
quick.
me.
Love Seven Dust. Never been to a concert. Therefore, it's a little more nostalgic for you. But here's the thing about Seven Dust. They have this song called Angel's Son.
Oh, dude, it's
And
like
literally-
it'll make you cry.
I cry every time
Yeah.
it comes on my... I told
Yeah,
y'all
like
earlier, I cry
if you're
when...
a father. If you're a father.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
done. Like, I
So
told
like
y'all...
they're hard, but they can. But it's like some
Oh,
powerful
dude.
stuff too.
Yeah,
like
it's
and
so-
if you listen to the lyrics and you are a father,
For sure.
yeah, it is. It's like it's powerful stuff.
Because he wrote it about one of his best friends, and
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be about your best friend to hit you at home. Bro, you got Angel's Son? If you don't know the song, you got to check it out. If you're in the mood for crying. I cry every time it comes on my Spotify.
Seven Dust, fantastic.
Yeah,
right,
for sure.
But they have a lot of hard stuff like Black. My Seven Dust, it gets it
Yeah.
so hard.
Oh, yeah.
And then my number 1, unfortunately for our listeners, is going to be the same as your number 1 is Rammstein. But I think a lot of that has to do with like, what have you been to? What have you experienced?
Yeah.
And there's never been a concert I've ever been to in my entire life.
No.
There's never been and I've been to Chiefs games that have been electric. And I've never been to anything that's like even close.
Nothing's compared.
Nothing is ever compared close to what a Rammstein concert was.
Not
It
even
was
pyrotechnics at the Chiefs game.
yeah, exactly. Like I've gone to air shows that they had like bombings, like for terrorist attacks.
for
I'm kidding, but like, like
A simulated.
a simulated terrorist attack. But what I'm saying is like Rammstein's actual concerts are insane.
Yeah.
And their lead singer Till has probably one of the most like resonating voices
Absolutely.
that I've ever heard from any singer ever.
Yeah.
And it's not I'm not talking about just the melody and all that kind of stuff. It's just like it resonates, it just hits you in the soul, and it's like I do understand a lot of their songs just because I've been a fan of Rammstein for so long. I've actually learned a lot of the German dialect thanks to Rammstein.
Right.
So like it's just a next level of an experience. I love Rammstein. I think that it is an absolute treasure. I'm going to give you my +1 because I had a hard time leaving them out of this list, and they have been that band that has hit for me. And there's one massive reason why I love this band, and this is my +1.
Let me guess.
Go ahead.
Stained.
Wrong.
Let me guess again. No, I'm kidding. Hit it.
Five Finger Death Punch.
Yep.
And Five Finger Death Punch has done more outreach work with veterans than anyone I know, than any other band.
That's true.
And they did multiple songs about like veteran suicide. And I'm not trying to bring up like bad
No,
stuff.
but this is a beautiful thing that they've done.
But they went to Iraq and Afghanistan like 5 or 6, 7 times, like
Right.
a bunch of times. And they like did outreach and support for veterans. They do concerts where they donate all of their proceeds to veterans organizations.
Yeah.
5FDP to me is like probably one of the better bands out there because it's real. Some of you should listen to some.
Oh gosh, some of their lyrics will tear you up.
Some of their lyrics, like there are a couple of their songs, and I had 2 friends, John and Nate, that went to Iraq and Afghanistan, and our brother went to Iraq.
Yeah.
All 3 of those dudes, when they came back, and I'm not trying to air dirty laundry here, but I'm gonna say this: all 3 of those dudes, when they went there, they were happy, jovial dudes. When they came back from those deployments, I didn't recognize those people.
Yeah.
And they have made a long road to recovery.
For sure.
John, Andrew, and Nate. Okay. All three of those guys I knew well. I played football with John, good friend of mine. Nate, great dude.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, like one of my best friends ever. And then our brother Andrew.
Yeah.
All three of those guys had lasting scars when they came back from their deployments.
For sure.
And they
5FDP has tried to help pave a road back to
and there are probably
healing.
There are 3 or 4 songs that 5FDP has.
I can hear one in my mind right now, and it's like it's playing in my brain.
Yeah,
and I'm
and
like,
dude, there's one song that 5FDP has about like veterans that have come home and have gotten forgotten about.
Yeah,
and I cannot watch the music video without crying.
Yeah,
and the reason I can't is because I know what it's like
for sure
as someone who loves those people to see the change.
You got to have somebody
and to see that heart, like just to see like what they're going through. So
you got to have somebody in your life from that has had that experience to
truly appreciate what's going on,
right? Because
they
aren't wanting to feel like shit,
right?
But because
and they feel like they should be able to just jump right back into society just like they were. But there's something's wrong, right?
Right, and that's part of their training,
right?
And to get them out of it.
And you just touched this flag when you said that.
That's right.
And it means a lot to me that a band would go out of their way to not only make music about those guys that sacrifice so much, but also would like go to those war zones and try to like
give their time, give their money,
and lift those guys up. So 5FDP to me, like a lot of their lyrics and a lot of their songs are like crazy effed up, but some of their stuff is so touching. I gotta hand it to those guys because it's like I feel it, and I feel it for the people that I love. Absolutely. That know kind of what that's like. So
I'm glad you brought up 5FDP because I appreciate that. Truthfully, like, we talked a little bit about like Commander and beep,
right?
Posting that TikTok and stuff like that. But
those guys don't get to choose their commander in chief. They just have to do their job.
That's right. Yeah, and truthfully, we appreciate those guys so much, and then appreciate 5FDP for literally like being something that
and for raising
need something.
and raising awareness to like kind of what their life is like.
Absolutely.
A couple of those songs by them is basically like these dudes have been forgotten, and
for sure.
And oh my man, like there's one specific music video that they have, and all these guys come back from deployment and they go on to have like great jobs, right? Yeah. They're like CEOs and owners of companies and stuff, and then they find this. Then there's one guy. And it is like a sergeant that came and saved their lives when they got hit by an IED, right? In the music video.
Exactly what you're talking about.
And they come back and they find him. And the guy that was like the hero for all of them is on the street, right?
Yep.
And he's homeless. And they go and they find him and they're like, why are you on the street? You're the hero.
You're the best of us.
You saved our lives, right? And so like that just opens your eyes to like this whole nother aspect of like, you know what? Those guys get it, right? Yeah. They're not living in like the Hollywood idealism. Like
it's a whole additional set of problems that you and I and none of us will ever understand. It's a whole other package of burdens that gets thrust upon your shoulders as a soldier that then you've got to come home and somehow
figure out a way
mentally psychologically at a deficit.
Yeah.
And you're expected to be in the black.
Yeah.
It's, so I appreciate that so much about 5FDP too. Like
just because like they none of them served.
For sure.
Which like if you watch their videos, you're like, surely they served. I always thought that, but none of them served. But they understand that the reason that they're able to do what they do,
had buddies that served.
And probably family members and stuff like that. And they just get it, right? Yeah. And so like instead of sitting in their tower or sitting in their little bubble, their little Hollywood bubble, they're like, no.
Which could be comfortable.
Yeah. Like they're like, no, let's talk about these things that are like impacting guys that actually gave their lives and sacrificed for us. So like,
absolutely.
I think that is fantastic in a band. You can't put that up high enough. So 5FDP gets my +1.
5-finger death punch.
Yeah.
Expect a message. I want you sitting right here where I'm at. I'll sit over there.
Yeah, we'll take a phone interview.
yeah, any kind. No, yeah, that's so cool, dude. Hey,
There's a lot of other good bands on there. I felt the same as you did, but like
I'm gonna have.
Thanks for giving me like the hardest category I've ever had to try to quantify 3 people.
Well, mine next week is gonna be country, and I guarantee you, I'm gonna completely screw it up. I promise, it'll be screwed up. We've got to get Pifty's.
Yeah,
we've got to get his pick 3.
We got to run through his on the camera real quick though.
Oh yeah, all right. Hit it quick.
Okay, here we go. Number 3, Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit's got super, super old time. Let's go. Right.
Nostalgia band.
That's exactly right. Number 2 for me is Seven Dust. Same type of thing, but Seven Dust just gets it, man. They're so hard, and they've got staying power. And Lejeune for being a not African American, I guess like
Jamaican
American.
Yeah.
Like for a hard rocker, like wow.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So good vocals on Seven Dust. And number 1 for me is going to be Rammstein because nobody gets it like Till.
No.
Till is
nobody hits it.
He has a better resonant voice than anything I've heard in rock, and it will be a hard rock song, but it will move you at the same time, even though you don't understand the language. Let's go. Producer time.
Yeah, baby. Hey, we want your pick 3. Finzo and I were metalheads together in high school. We listened to the same
Okay.
artificial angry stuff, and so I want to have I hope that thing's even pointing at you, but I want to have his.
I turned it a little bit, but anyway, I'm gonna go through mine quickly. Will have a +1 because this is a problem for me.
As it is for all of us.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Five Finger Death Punch. Just like any song, I can turn on any song. I can just listen to it, no problems.
It's so good.
Number 2, I'm gonna put. Number 2, I'm gonna put Alter Bridge from the honorable mentions list.
Yeah.
Because I've seen them live, and Miles Kennedy's voice isn't just as incredible live.
And there's
as on the CD.
2 WWE wrestlers that walk into Alter Bridge songs. So.
Exactly. Yeah. yeah.
And like 1 UFC fighter.
Yeah. My number 1 that I can listen to every time it comes on is Dead by April, which
Dead by April.
Guarantee neither one of y'all have heard, but I'll send you guys a link.
Put that on the list.
Song.
Put that on the.
And then my +1 is Memphis Mayfire.
All right.
They're so hot. I mean, they're.
Yeah, all right, hold on. I need to get some links from y'all.
Can you play
Dead by April and
I will send you a link to Warrior by Dead by April.
Wait, Warrior
by Dead by April. I'll send you the
I'll
link.
bet you $1 I've heard it. Because I listened to like Memphis Mayfire radio on Spotify. I bet I've heard it. Maybe I haven't.
What's the royalties on getting some of these on our lead-in songs?
I know.
We can't afford none of this stuff, man.
Yeah, no, definitely not, dude. Dang.
Maybe we can just have them on and be like promote them, and then they'll like be like, okay, you can.
No, Reacts videos, like it's legally on like YouTube. You can
15 seconds.
You can do segments.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
not doing. I mean, that'd be a lot of editing for you.
Dude, but like I'm glad you guys are like throwing out some new stuff for me because I felt like I had a very comprehensive list, and I'm hearing at least 3 bands today that I haven't even heard of, and I'm like, okay, where y'all at? Like, dude, send them to me.
Yeah, I need to send them. I'm telling you, new metal right now is maybe better than it's ever been.
I feel like once you hear Kingslayer by Bring Me the Horizon, that will make you want to run through a wall.
Every freaking time, dude. Bring Me the Horizon has they have probably 3 songs that make me want to run through a wall.
That's 4 bands now that I need to hear from.
So what are the 4? Give me the 4 that
I need Bring Me the Horizon, okay? Haven't heard that at all. Dead by April, haven't heard that. Haven't heard anything from Memphis Mayfire, and I feel like there's a 4th.
You don't know about Bring Me the Horizon? Oh, how about Spirit? Have you heard Spirit?
No.
That's a good one too.
No. You guys are great dudes, man. Like you're supposed to share stuff with your friends.
All right, you're about to hear it. You're about to hear it in 2 seconds. All right, we're gonna plug headphones into that computer, and you're gonna hear it.
Just plug them into mine. Let's go.
Well, we would, but we're using my my phone for recording right now, dude. Dang, now I'm so pumped to listen.
This is
to metal.
good.
That was a really good pick 3, by the way. Really good pick 3.
I dig that.
Nice job, Grant.
Which, by the way, this is why we need to do stuff like this, right?
Hold on.
That was Ethan's pick.
That was me. I just gave it to him.
No, like what we.
Yeah, but it was his list, right?
No. Well, oh yeah, he made the list. But you think I couldn't have made a list,
No,
dog?
hold on. It wasn't a very good list because there's a bunch of people I left out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Memphis Mayfire, dog. Where was that at,
But are we
dude?
thinking the age may be a difference,
Yeah.
right? So like,
Yeah.
Horizon is young. Memphis Mayfire is young. Dead by April is young.
For
Like,
sure.
Look at his top three: Limp Bizkit, Seven Dust, and Rammstein.
Yeah, which the thing is-
1990s, y'all.
20 years ago, we can almost throw Nirvana up there.
For
and be
sure,
fine
which-
with it.
Come on, man.
I love these. It just feels like most of that has
Stain?
more like Limp Bizkit. I almost went Limp Bizkit, but it's more of a nostalgia thing for me. Whereas like
Tool.
Oh, it was hard to leave Korn off for me.
Oh, dude,
Hard to
that's
leave Korn
tough,
off.
man. Korn has some songs that actually like helped me at places in life where it was like
Twisted Transistor.
maybe not twisted. I was like, I gotta stay away from the twisted transistor, dude. Oh man, hey, that was sick. That was
That was fun.
That was a fantastic pick 3. That is, don't leave me air hanging, dog. That was series 1, or I guess.
I like how we came up with, I
Part
think,
1.
about 25 bands for a big 3
It's insane, dude.
out of all that.
I'm gonna take a picture of this and put this up on whatever. I think. Hell, anybody that wants to take a picture of it in here, just take a picture. But yeah, that's insane, dude. That was a fun one. I'm really excited too because I think a lot of them are gonna be fun like this going
Yeah,
forward.
and
with
we're
that
going to do
structure.
some other genres of music, and then we've got some other genres,
genres,
like
some other genres of genres.
Yeah, we got some different categories that I think everybody's going to dig.
Yeah.
But please, by all means, in the comments, give us your 3, or
sure.
let us know, because like we're not by. I think everybody, every piece of music, every artist speaks to you a little bit differently. So like we want to hear it.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I told you, artificial anger, that's my thing. What's yours? Let us know. Holler at Purvcast. Let us know who your favorite metal bands are, guys.